Welcome once again to Musings by Danon. Today we're going to do another deck tech video on one of the most fun tribes in Magic, dinosaurs. Dinosaurs didn't really get recognized as a serious tribe until 2017 when Ixalan came out. A bit of history before we start. I first got into Magic in the spring of '94 and fell in love with the game. The deck building, the collecting, the tournaments, trying to build the best deck possible with the cards I had. But then I took a break from the tournament scene in about 2004. The reason? Diapers are expensive. My wife is pregnant with our first child, and I needed to save money for things like a crib, car seats, diaper bags, and baby food. Fast forward to 2017. My daughter is now 11, only a few months from her 12th birthday. And she tells me, "Daddy, I want to learn Magic the Gathering." Well, by this time, our family was doing pretty well financially, so we decided to get back into Magic. My daughter and I attended the Hour of Devastation pre-release, where she pulled a Locust God. Soon after, the entire family was playing Standard, and all of us attended the Ixalan pre-release. And this is where my wife fell in love with dinosaurs. Ever since she was a little girl, she's been a kaiju fan, and this was, at the time, the closest we've seen to kaiju in Magic. So a few years later, when we dropped Standard and exclusively played Commander, she asked me for a dinosaur deck. Her current deck list is disgusting, and I'll go over it later, but I wanted to start with a $100 budget list first. So who do we want as our commander for our dinosaur tribal deck? While there are several legendary dinosaurs, only 2 had the color identity we wanted, and only one of those cared about other dinosaurs. Gishath, Sun's Avatar. Gishath, Sun's Avatar is an 8-mana Naya 7/6 with Trample, Vigilance, and Haste. She also says whenever Gishath deals combat damage to a player, reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So what does this mean in regards to building the deck? What choices do we need to make that tie to her abilities? We want to ramp and ramp hard because an 8-mana commander is no joke, especially if we need to cast her a second or third time. Since she's got haste, we're not really weak to board wipes because she can just attack again next turn and rebuild our army. But since the number of cards we see are based on the amount of damage we deal, adding some double strike effects would also be a good idea. Finally, we care about dinosaurs with ETB triggers rather than cast triggers, because we're not really casting our dinosaurs that often. We also want to be able to cast our commander and not have her be countered, so we'll keep that in mind when we come to interaction. So with that said, let's keep in mind our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate, 1 sudden I win card. So let's start with our ramp package. Mana rocks only consist of Soul Ring and Arcane Signet. This deck's primary focus is getting Gishath out as quickly as possible, so we're also including Goblin or Narcomancer, Kinjali's Caller, and Knight of the Stampede. Adzakan Seer serves as both a mana dork and a way of getting our strong dinosaurs back into hand if needed, while Secure Tribe Elder, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, Farseek, Rampant Growth, Circuitous Route, and Thunderherd Migration all fetch us additional lands. Finally, Court of Bounty can help us to ramp or even let us slam some big dinosaurs for free. Our lands consist of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Jungle Shrine, Unclaimed Territory, a Canopy Vista, and a Cinderglade. For mana fixing, we've got Terramorphic Expanse and Evolving Wilds, while Myriad Landscape can help us ramp. We're also running the Guild Gates and the typed snow duels from Kaldheim, as well as 6 mountains, 5 plains, and 11 forests. To help us dig through our deck, we've got Return of the Wildspeaker, Wheel of Misfortune, Harmonize, Colossal Majesty, and Elemental Bond. We've also got a Blessed Respite as either a way to shuffle our dead dinosaurs back into our graveyard, or as graveyard hate, depending on the situation. It can take a while to get to 8 mana, so we're also running Cleansing Nova as a flexible board wipe, along with Sarkhan's Unsealing as a flexible option. Ideally, we're only casting our commander, but she's still big enough to deal 4 damage to each opponent, as well as each creature and planeswalker our opponents control. The rest of our interaction is split between protection and spot removal. For spot removal, we've got Beast Within, Abrade, Krosan Grip, Disenchant, Broken Bond, Chaos Warp, Generous Gift, Return to Nature, and Naturalize. For protection, we're running Rhythm of the Wild, Boros Charm, Make a Stand, Unbreakable Formation, Eerie Interlude, and Swiftfoot Boots. To ensure Gishath does as much damage as possible, we're also running Whispersilk Cloak and Duelist's Heritage. Finally, we've got a couple of Planeswalkers in Domri, Anarch of Bolas, and Samut the Tested. Domri serves as both spot removal or to ensure our creatures are uncounterable, while Samut gives Gishath double strike or triggers Enrage on up to 2 of our dinosaurs. If we ever get to ult Samut, that'd be great, but I never count on ulting a Planeswalker in Commander. Now, a few of our dinosaurs are smaller and easier for us to cast. We can get them out on the battlefield early to help protect our life total. To start, we have Deathgorge Scavenger, who serves as our second piece of graveyard hate. Kinjali's Sungwing is a great stacks piece. Ripjaw Raptor to help draw cards, and Shifting Ceratops. Going up the mana value scale, we have Charging Tuscadon, Quartzwood Crasher, Raging Swordtooth, Regisar Alpha, Temple Altasar, Burning Sun's Avatar, and Atali Primal Storm. At 7 mana value, we have Goring Ceratops, Silverclad Ferocidons, Verdant Sun's Avatar, and Yadara Wandering Monster. Our biggest dinosaurs start at Zatalpa Primal Dawn, Apex Altasar, the Tarask, Titanoth Rex, Galta Primal Hunger, and Thrasta Tempest's Roar. So let's take a look at our deck and see how it compares to our checklist. Mana, we're a little heavy, but with an 8 mana commander that's fine. All told, we have 37 lands and 15 pieces of ramp. Card advantage, we only have 7, but our commander helps us dig through our deck. If we cut any dinosaurs for card advantage, I feel that would defeat the purpose of our deck. 9 pieces of spot removal, right on target, 2 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate. No sudden I win card, but that's okay. We want to be smashing face and building up a huge board of dinosaurs, and we're running several protective spells to ensure that happens. Overall, I'm really happy with how this deck performs, and my wife is a huge fan of it. So much so that we've been slowly upgrading it over the years. Here are a few of the upgrades we've added to help make her deck stronger and more consistent. First of all, the mana ramp is improved with cards like Smothering Tithe and Mirari's Wake. Better mana rocks like the Great Henge and Mana Crypt also ensure she's able to cast her commander faster. Ensuring her dinosaurs do maximum damage with cards like Unnatural Growth and Bedlam, as well as cards that protect her board like Flawless Maneuver or Teferi's Intervention, ensures she can close out the game faster. Improved dinosaurs like Polyraptor, Zakama Primal Calamity, and Carnage Tyrant also strengthen the deck. Finally, cards like Aggravated Assault or Seize the Day help her finish off her opponents. My wife loves this deck, and she regularly plays it at our local game store. The look of fear in the eyes of her opponents as she hits someone with a double-striking Gishath and flips over 14 cards, building a massive army of dinosaurs, is so satisfying. I'll leave a link to her full deck list below if you'd like to see the upgrades. Once again, I'd like to give a huge shout out to my editor, Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. Please like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all again next time.